welcome everyone to Mastering Sales with Brent Gove. Good to see you. And today I'm going to be talking about what it takes to make it in real estate, what it takes to make it. And this is something you can give to anyone you're working with. But number one, write this down. Clark Broom taught me this 35 years ago. It served me well. Live by your calendar. What's that mean? You put in, if you're at REMAX and they got the annual convention, put it in there. If you're going to Mike Very stuff and Mike Very has an event like radio and TV experts, Matt Wagner, I was his second client ever. Jay Kinder, client number 001, Brent Gove, client number 002. Now he's got 500 clients. He's in all 50 states. He's in multiple cities. The guy's a monster. He's doing a training in about 2 weeks in Nashville. He's got Grammy Award country music singer after Grammy Award country music singer after Grammy Award country music singer coming. He's got Tom Ferry's going to be there. He's got the president of this, the CEO of this. The guy has a lineup that honestly 20,000 people should be there. You know how many people are going to be there? 150 people. Like each person probably costs $50,000 because I know what these people cost. He's probably spending, $400,000 or $500,000 on speakers. I mean, I'm impressed. Honestly, we're learning from him. We're calling, but so if it says Nashville and you're a part of Radio and TV Experts LLC, these are the elite agents. You're there. You live by your calendar. If your calendar says you're doing open houses Saturday and Sunday, you suck it up and you think, but the weather's so good. We could go water skiing. We could go snow skiing. There's this epic amount of snow in the mountains at Lake Tahoe. I mean, look at Tahoe, Tony there with this beautiful Lake Tahoe. I want to go skiing. That's great. A grown man, a grown woman lives by their calendar, not their emotions. Not time to go houseboating. You haven't earned it yet. Not time to go to Lake Shasta and enjoy the boat or get on a boat on Tahoe. If your calendar says it's time to go houseboating, then go houseboating. If your calendar says it's time to go snow skiing in Switzerland, then go snow skiing in Switzerland. Wave at me if you could still hear me. Wave at me if you could still hear me. Good. My picture's frozen. It's freaking me out a little bit, but I'll just keep talking. All right. So anyways, so here's the bottom line. Live by your calendar. If the team meeting is every Thursday at 10 a.m., which it is in Sacramento. I started my team meeting at 10 a.m. in 1999. It's run for 24 years. I do it 10 to 11. There's a cadence. It's not like, is Brent coming to the team? I'm always at the team meeting, right? Will Brent be at the Tom Ferry thing or the Brian Buffini thing or the REMAX thing or the Mega Camp or the Family Reunion? Yes, it's in my calendars, no doubt. Well, finances are tight. Eat granola bars. I've eaten granola bars at events. Finances are tight. I can't afford a room. Share a room. I've shared a room with 3 dudes. You get a rollaway cot, 2 beds. That's 3 dudes. The room's $189 a night plus tax. Let's call it 200. Divide that by 3. It's like $66 a night. How big is your dream, man? So number one, live by your calendar. If it's time to prospect, prospect. I don't feel like it. I don't not really care how you feel like or don't feel like. It's not about what you feel like. It's about what needs to be done. Be it a thermostat, not a thermometer. Thermometers go up and down. It's 104. It's 32 degrees. It's negative 20. Thermometers go up and down with their environment. But thermostats, you set that thing at 70 degrees, baby. And no matter what's happening outside, it could be storming, it's 70 inside. You need to become a man, a woman. You set that thing. You don't allow your lows to be too low, your highs to be too high, and you stay up. A leader is up. Winston Churchill didn't go, oh my God, Hitler's going to take us over. He says, no, we will take this man. We're going to win. Follow me. Patton didn't say, oh no, we're going to lose. No, General Patton said, we're going to kick some butt, take names. And he did. You got to speak what you want. So number one, live by your calendar. Number 2, get in group coaching. You want to make it in real estate, start with group coaching. Super affordable. There's boot camps headed out right now by Sean Kokoska, Randy Bird, Jeff Sutherland, Andrea Beam. There are others. There are boot camps, very affordable. A lot of these boot camps are $397, $497. Some of them are $997. That's super affordable. You got high school kids at 18 going up to college this year. Average expense $55,000. I think $497 or $997 for a 12-week boot camp is amazing. And then you're like, oh, it's okay. No, it's phenomenal. You're okay. You better sit there and lose the attitude, wipe the attitude off your face, man, and go, these people have sold a lot of real estate. I am here to learn. Why don't you pretend you spent not $497, but $44,997 on that 12-week class. The problem is you didn't spend enough money. You need to pay, and then you need to pay attention. You need to pay. The more you pay, let me ask you a question. If you drop $55,000 on some coaching this year, would you pay attention? But here's the problem. You didn't spend a dime on coaching this year. You didn't invest in you. You didn't invest in the internal so you could have a different external. Everybody wants to sell 50 homes or 500 homes or make 500,000 a year, $250,000 a year, $1 million a year. What are you doing on the internal? So number one, live by your calendar. Number two, get in group coaching. Start with the boot camp. Right now, Randy Bird just had a boot camp that started last week. Sean Kokoska is starting a boot camp, I think, this week. Reach out to these guys. I bet you there's boot camps by Workman Business Solutions. There's different things you can go to. Number three, you want to transition to one-on-one high-end coaching. Do you have, I mean, I'm just telling you, the kid just won a golf tournament this weekend. Fitzpatrick, I guarantee he has a swing coach. He has a nutrition coach. He has a mindset coach. He has a putting coach. He's got a weightlifting coach. I bet you he's got 6 or 7 different people that coach him. So tell me about your 5, 6, 7 coaches. I have all kinds of people that coach me. I have all kinds of people. I pay lots of money. I probably spend $10,000 to $15,000 a month. I'm like, well, that's great for you, Brent. I don't have $10,000 to $15,000 a month to spend on coaching. You know what? I didn't either. So guess what I did? I lived by my calendar. I started with group coaching. I remember joining a group coaching program for $497 a month. It was group coaching. And then I upgraded to bold coaching with the bold coach, and it was $997 a month. And I didn't learn a lot. I learned a bunch, but he taught me one thing that was worth millions of dollars. I'll never forget it. Now, I don't have time to share it now, but it was worth millions of dollars. This one little thing he taught me in an entire year. And it was worth I spent $12,000. It made me millions of dollars. But I had a coach. If you keep being you, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. How about this one? Write this down. What got you here is not going to get you there. What got you here is not going to get you where you want to be. You're going to have to change and grow. So what are you reading? I'm reading books. I'm listening to podcasts. I have a new podcast I've downloaded. I'm just finishing Jocko. I think that's his name, right? I'm going through different podcasts. I'm watching YouTubes. I'm reading books. I'm going to events. I'm leading from the front. You don't have to worry about me. I'm doing what I'm talking about. So high-end coaching. So who are some high-end coaches you could get to help you in real estate? Gail DeMarco. She sells 90 homes a year at $1 million a house by herself. I'd let her coach me. If I want to sell luxury, I'd have Gail DeMarco coach me. Tahoe Tony does coaching. He sells the $1 million high-end business up in Incline Village. Reach out to Tahoe Tony. Tony Tuoto, I think I said that right, Tony. And he will coach you. He's a success certified coach. There's Randy Bird. There's Workman Business Solutions. I'm not attached to them. Phenomenal coaching organization. Oh, there's this guy, Mike Ferry. People love him. The president of Canada for EXP, John Tsai, was raised and nurtured to megastar by Mike Ferry. He swears by Mike Ferry. He loves Mike Ferry. I've never met the man, never been to his event, but I guarantee you I'd hire him in a second. Tom Ferry, right? The Fenian Company. There's so many high-end coaches you can hire to help you. How about a guy named John Cheplack or Bill? And someone help me out. Bill just spoke in Cabo. I'm drawing a blank on his last name.
Bill Pipes.
Pipes. Thank you. It happened. It happens. Bill Pipes. He's a very high-end coach. Some of these coaches, like Cheplack, I think he charges $3,000 a month, and you can't even get in his calendar. $3,000 a month. Maybe you should hire him, beg him. 2 years ago, Nate Butcher begged me to introduce him to Nate because he couldn't reach John Cheplack. He wouldn't return his calls. So I made the introduction. Nate begged him to coach him at $3,000 a month. Nate went from just himself. Now he has 28 agents on his team. He's got buyer agents and listing agents, and he's going to sell over, I think, $250 million worth of real estate this year. From just himself to that in 24 months. But he pays $3,000 a month. That's a house payment. But guess what? It's far less than the average 18-year-old with acne will spend on college at the age of 19 and go up to freshman year in college. He's going to drop 55,000. 3,000 a month is 36,000. It's almost half of what a teenage punk kid is going to do coming out of your average punk high school. And they're going to drop 55,000 on their internal for 4 years. They're committed to $220,000. So they can go out and get a job making 40, 50, 60, 70,000 a year. If they're lucky, 80, 90, 100,000 a year, and their wildest dreams. And you know what? You could make that in the next 2, 3, 4 months, easy, and not spend 4 years of your life living like a homeless person. Okay. So come on, get excited about your future. Fusion Growth Partners, another great one you could connect with. There are so many people that can help you. Wailopo, another great one. So that was number one, live by your calendar. Number two, get in group coaching, join a boot camp. Reach out to Randy Bird, B-Y-R-D, join a boot camp. Reach out to Sean Kokoska. By the way, Sean just sponsored a guy for Bold. He was voted the #1 Bold coach in the world, not once, not twice, but 3 times. He signed up with EXP 2 days ago, and he's coming to EXP, and he's going to help lead Sean Kokoska's boot camp. And he was do you know how many Bold coaches there are? There like 100, 200 of them. Voted #1, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And he, of course, he's intelligent. So he's found EXP and he's totally joined it. He's one of us. Sean Kokoska used to be the president of MAPS Coaching. He's one of us. So there are great things you can do to do that. Finally, number 4, plug into your weekly sales meeting. Ask around, is there a weekly sales meeting? No, there's none yet. Well, then do it on Zoom. Well, I check with whoever they don't have one. Attend mine. It's goveteammeeting.com. Hopefully I got that right, Rob. I know you're always listening. goveteammeeting.com every Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific to 11. That's noon Central to 1 Eastern, 1 to 2. But it's 10 a.m. Pacific to 11. And we have appraisers on there. We have home inspectors on there. We have photographers on there. We have stagers on there. We have marketing experts on there. We have people who sell hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate on there. We have listing experts. We have buyer experts. We have lead gen experts. And we cover interest rates and loan programs and mortgage brokers and blah, blah, blah. We do it every single week. You can attend that team meeting anywhere in the world. It's 10 a.m. Pacific every Thursday. We don't miss. We do this, Mastery Sales with Brent Gove at 2:10 Pacific, 5:10 Eastern, every Tuesday for 20 minutes. We don't miss. We show up and we play big. So
one quick note on that, Brent. We're flying in Kim Frazier this Thursday. We do miss once a month when we have our big local event. So Kim Frazier is going to be with us this Thursday. That'll be out on your YouTube within 48 hours.
Yep. I don't know if Kim's on today. Kim, if you're on today, break in on this. She's usually here. Yep, she's here. Hey, Kim, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm super excited. I fly out to you tomorrow.
Oh, you're amazing. Now you sell what, 80 to 100 homes a year, something crazy like that?
Yeah, about 80. I think last year was a little down year for me. I was focusing more on agent attraction, which you'd be proud of me. Did about 50 million in volume last year, 80 million year before that, and 76 million year before that.
So here's a great example. We want to add value every single month. And I called Kim last month and I said, hey, can you come out, bring your husband, bring your sweetie, and come fly out? We'll fly, put you up. And it's not that expensive. What were your plane tickets from Seattle? I don't even know. I don't even care.
$500.
Yeah, big deal. You can get mortgage brokers to help chip in, your stager, you can get insurance agents, they chip in and you pay $250 or the people
just
pay
so Just so you know, I was honored that you called, and I would have paid for it myself. That's how honored I was that you offered to do it.
Thank you. But they're thinking, well, I'm not Brent Gove, so they're not going to come if I don't call. They're certainly not going to be honored. And people don't get asked to speak. And so what you do is you got to call people and said, would you come speak for me? Call a Pete Middleton, call a Veronica Figueroa, call a Kim Frazier. She's in Seattle, I'm in Sacramento. She's flying over Oregon to get all the way down here. But I took the time to plan out topics and find speakers. I plan out the topics for the year. I booked the room for a year. We're very organized. And then we get speakers to fly in, and we said, we'll pick up your airfare. We got your room. We'll take you to dinner. We make it fun for them. And then they bless us. She's going to be dynamic and kill it on stage. So Rob is right. We skip my team meeting once a month when we all go to the Placer County Board of Realtors. And I love doing the Board of Realtors because we're not talking about anything but real estate. So as long as you're just talking real estate, the Board of Realtors exists for that. And they usually give away their training rooms for next to nothing, lowering your overhead. So lots of great opportunities. So thank you, Fraser.
See you Thursday.
Okay. So as I summarize this today, because we're trying to keep these to exactly 20 minutes. Number one, I have 5 points. That's it. Number one, live by your calendar. Do what your calendar says you're going to do. Number two, get in group coaching. Number three, switch to one-on-one high-end coaching when you can afford it. And I would say when it hurts a little. The more you pay attention. I hope it hurts you a little bit. Number four, plug into weekly sales training. We just told you about the goveteammeeting.com every Thursday from 10 to 11. Anywhere in the world you can plug into that, Pacific. 10 to 11 Pacific. Finally, number five, and we're done. Get a mentor. If you're brand new, I remember I was selling 48 homes a year and I was stuck. Guess what I did? I went to work for a guy selling 177 homes a year. 177 homes a year. I go, I'm going to drop back down to a 50-50 split. I made $393,000 and I was looking for a mentor. Most people think I've made it. I knew that I was underperforming. I knew there was so much more in the gas tank. So I go, I'm going to pay almost $200,000 for this mentor, but he sells 3 times the amount of real estate I do, more than 3 times. He knows something I don't know. I'm going to go work for this man and find out what he knows. Then I'm going to emulate and duplicate what he does. And I'm going to go from 48 where I am stuck, bam, 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 hit my head on the proverbial glass ceiling. And I'm going to sell 178 homes a year. I ended up going on to sell over 400 homes a year. And so I was selling 48 homes a year, willing to go to work on a 50-50. So what I'm saying is if you're new or you're stuck, go find a mentor, give them 50% of everything you sell. Well, that might be $200,000. Good. I hope it hurts a little because guess what? You'll pay attention while you're there. And is it any mistake how I went on to sell over 400 homes a year and make 3.8 million a year? What's 200,000 to 3.8 million? It's chump change. Like we give out tips sometimes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 a day, just tips. We literally for events we do. There was a need. We said, oh, here's $100,000. Here you go. It's no big deal. How would you like to be able to give like that? But you playing small does not serve the world. So I want you to get a mentor, and I'll end with this thought because we're right on the 20-minute mark. I got 1 minute. Be very careful who you pick. Everyone will mentor you, but you don't want to be mentored by everybody. Find somebody that lines up with your political, religious, philosophical, your humanitarian beliefs. Like you're going to work together. So if the person is a bum, don't let them mentor you. You become like those people you hang out with. Proximity is power. I would be mentored by Morales any day. I love him. He's my brother from another mother. Clark Broom has mentored me. Tony taught me something last week and I gave him credit for it. Liz Brown, I respect Liz Brown. There are so many people on this thing, but be careful who's helping you. Be very careful. Make sure they have the fruit on the tree. Some of you, I'll do it for 10%, 20. You don't need to give away 50. They don't respect themselves. Trust me, they're not going to go out and do listing appointments with you at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night or write offers at you at 5 a.m. on a Sunday morning because your clients are 80 years old. They're flying out of town. They don't do DocuSign. They'll meet you at a coffee shop at Denny's at 5 a.m. and they'll be there. I was there at 5 a.m. and I was there at midnight writing offers. I did what it took, but I also earned 50%. I respected my time. And my family was asleep, but I'd meet people and write offers at midnight. But I'm special. I'm different. I know I'm different. You guys, listen to me. You're special. I love you. You are capable. Listen to me. You're not a 4-cylinder. You're not a V6, a V8, or a V12. Do you know you got about 100 gears? As some of you have been stuck in 3rd gear for way too long. Your engine's going, what? Shift. Get the 4th gear, get the 5th. There's 100 gears with God. There's 100 gears with God. It's not no V12, there's a V100. There's not 600 horsepower, there's 6,000 horsepower. You are capable of so much more. I need you to dig deep, I need you to dream big and do awesome things with your life. So don't forget my 5 tips today. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Love y'all. We'll see you next Tuesday from South Africa, because I'll be back at 2:10 Pacific, 5:10 Eastern, which, by the way, will be 10:10 at night in South Africa, in Cape Town, which is where I'll be doing this from, because I don't miss. I have a cadence. I'm dependable. I will see you then. Bye for now. See you in South Africa. Love you guys. Be good.